Bernard Tobin here, Crop Diagnostic Day down at Ridgetown College, joined by Jake Munroe from OMAFRA. Hey, thanks for taking the time.
You're welcome.
Hey, one of the things we want to talk about here for our nutrient stewardship and managing phosphorus, obviously a big conversation in agriculture and in the environment in recent years, and growers looking for tools, looking for help to manage phosphorus. You folks at the OMAFRA developing a new program right now, a new tool. Tell us about it.
For sure. So what we've done, Bernard, is we've updated the phosphorus index, which some of you may have heard about, and created what we call the phosphorus loss assessment tool for Ontario. And this update basically does a few things. It keys in better on looking at losses of phosphorus from surface runoff, but also from tile. That's become a hot topic. Also looks at the impact of time of year when you're applying the product. And so I can show you a bit of that and how that plays out in a few different scenarios.
Awesome. So timing and placement, so important here. And you've sort of mapped out, timing and placement and some different rates. Take us through the chart and what we can learn from this.
Perfect. So I'll give you the background on this scenario. This is a sandy clay loam soil. This is an example where we've got an application of 100 pounds per acre of P2O5, and we're trying to decide what's the best time and placement for that fertilizer application. This is also soil that's got moderate soil erosion, so that's one of the factors to consider. So here you can see we've got two kind of scenarios. One is where we've got a soil test level that's at about a 12 part per million for Olsen, and a soil test level that's at 30 parts per million. So we'll get to this 30 in a moment, but if you take a look here on the left hand side, at a soil test level of 12 parts per million, we're looking at that application 100 pounds per acre, and we've got two times when we can apply it. We can either apply it after wheat comes off in August, or after soybeans in October. And so when you look here at the August application, what you see is that when that 100 pounds of P2O5 is broadcast and incorporated within a couple of days, you see that falls within the very low category. So the risk for that particular field is very low for phosphorus loss. Now, if you were to just broadcast that phosphorus and leave it on the surface, that bumps your risk rating up a little bit. It brings you into that low category. It's yellow. Really, here we're still not at a high category, and the reason for that is that the phosphorus is being applied at a time of year when we don't have a lot of water moving either through surface runoff or down through tile. Phosphorus moves when water is moving off the field, and that's the reason why we kind of get away with just leaving that phosphorus on top with that August timing. When you look at October, the situation's a little bit different. You can see we still fall in that very low category if that application is incorporated. We're talking light incorporation here. Within a couple of days, you're still in the green, that very low category. Situation is much different, however, when you've got an application. Maybe this is mid or late October. That the fertilizer spread on top, and it's just left there.
Yeah. No incorporation.
No incorporation, and it's, as you can see, we're really approaching what we consider a moderate risk category. That fertilizer is being left there, and in typically wetter soil conditions, and we might have a rainfall event that triggers some runoff, or and in addition might cause the tiles to run and move phosphorus down. Whether it's cracks in the soil or earthworm holes, that phosphorus that's not incorporated can move to tile that way.
Right. Now, how's the story change a little bit at 30 parts per million? Okay,
so remember that we're talking about a soil that has moderate erosion risk. So whenever we've got soil moving, we have phosphorus moving with it. That's been the old story. So what we're seeing here is that all the levels are elevated just slightly when we have a soil test level that's at 30 parts per million. The key message, however, is that even with the soil test level that we'd consider to be, approaching a range that's not very responsive, where we potentially are, having higher background fertility levels and a bit higher yields with a higher soil test level, but we are, if we're applying at the right time and in the right place, our phosphorus loss risk really is in that same range that we're seeing over here.
So you can go with a higher rate and handle it well, and be able to sort of maximize your fertility.
So the rate is the same, but
Yeah,
the soil
so
test level, that's right. So the rate over time has been higher, but what it comes down to often at the end of the day is making the right decision, the right recommendation in terms of timing and placement of that product.
Awesome. Now this is a great tool. Tell us about when it's going to be available and when growers are going to be able to sort of tap into it.
So this is very new revision that we've made here, but we're looking to push this out through the nutrient management software in the coming months. So 6 to 12 months should show up in NMAN software, and we're also going to be looking throughout the fall and winter to have a host farm organization post it up on their website, and we'll promote that as a way for both CCAs and producers themselves to play around with it and look at what it can do for them to help them make better decisions.
Awesome. Hey Jake, thanks for your time today.
You're welcome. Thanks a lot.
Great to have you on Real Ag.
Great.